Arsenal edged out a close 1-0 win against Everton to break the 6-year winless streak at Goodison Park. In today's video, we are going to be running through my player ratings for the game. So what's going on, everyone? You're listening to Gunner Central here. I hope you're all doing well. Without any further ado, let's just get into these ratings. So in goal, we had David Raya. Didn't have much to do, to be fair, but what he did do, he did well. He did to a high level. He looked really calm and composed on the ball, had some amazing distribution. Very solid performance from Raya. Don't know if this makes him the starting keeper, not in my opinion it does, but really good performance overall. I've given Raya a 7 out of 10 for his performance. Zinchenko, amazing offensively, solid defensively. At times in the game, all the beautiful attacking passes and moves that we were ran through the Ukrainian. Very impressive performance. My man of the match. I know it's a hotly debated topic on who the man of the match is. Some people say Rice, some people say Trossard, some people say Vieira, but for me, Zinchenko, and that's not even close. There's probably in my head only two guys that I would have given man of the match to, and it's obviously one being Zinchenko, and the second for me was Vieira, but we'll get to Vieira a little bit later. For me, Zinchenko, 8 out of 10, awesome performance from the Ukrainian. Gabriel. Other than that one moment late in the game where he dwindled on the ball and almost gave Everton a goal, he was pretty solid. Really good in the air, and with Saliba, he kept both Beto and Calvert-Lewin extremely isolated and quiet. You know, these 1-0 games, it's really important to have your defense solid so that you don't slip up, we don't make any mistakes, and that's exactly what these guys did. Gabriel, 7 out of 10, really happy with his performance. Saliba, 7 out of 10, same thing as for Gabriel. Also, I want to say Saliba and Gabriel won some crucial headers, especially late on when the ball was flying around. Really crucial headers. And Saliba kept Everton's attack really quiet. Saliba again showed some really classy defending and some composure. There was a moment in the first half when Beto was running in. It was a one-on-one with Saliba and Beto, and Saliba just let the ball run out. He made it seem like it was so easy for him. Saliba is such a good defender. World-class talent. Saliba, 7 out of 10 for this game. Ben White, I was so happy to see him at right back. Like, I've been saying this and I'll keep saying it. Ben White is a really good right back. Really underrated at times by most of the Arsenal fan base. Most of football fans in general. And the thing is, he grew up as a centre-back, but he is such a good right-back. The overlapping runs, the connection he has with Odegaard and Saka on that side, just beautiful. And there's so many times where the attack that we had, or the ball that we had when it was deep in Everton's half, looked kind of like nothing was happening, and you'd have Ben White just storm across, get the ball whipping across. Ben White, for me, really good performance. I've given him a 7 out of 10. Declan Rice. Again, another really solid performance from our £105 million signing. Not quite as good as he was against Man United, I beg your pardon, but against Everton, he was needed. Like I said about Gabriel and Saliba, you need this crucial spine in your team that doesn't falter when going gets rough. These guys are so strong in the tackle. Declan Rice, amazing winning the ball. Again, also he helped the team really take over when we had Everton pinned down, or when we were just trying to get the ball back. Declan Rice is so crucial to what we do, and a lot of times, like Casemiro when he played for Real Madrid, you're not going to have all these amazing moments from Declan Rice. He is sometimes there to just do the dirty work, get the ball going, and keep the team ticking. It's really important that you have Declan Rice, and for that I give him a 7 out of 10. Fabio Vieira. Again, I said he was the only other person in contention in my mind for man of the match, him and Zinchenko. I've given Fabio Vieira an 8 out of 10. To be honest, I was quite surprised to see him start. I didn't think Mikel would start him, but I'm so glad that he did. Really thought that Vieira looked very good today. He should be starting in the Champions League against PSV, I'd hope. Really good. He really helped the team attack and keep the ball going. His creativity is so good. He had a good chance on his right foot. He maybe should have done better on. I think it was early in the first half, but otherwise Fabio Vieira, really happy with his performance. Again, every time he performs this season, he just seems like he's He's so much better, and that last season he was a shell of himself. He is so much better this season. He's so good this season. Fabio Vieira, 8 out of 10. Now on to Captain Fantastic, a man that is rumored to be getting a contract extension. Hopefully he does. He definitely deserves it. It's Martin Odegaard. Really good performance, a lot similar to Vieira's performance. He had really good link-up play with Saka and Ben White on the right-hand side. He looked so sulky. There were some really good moments of elite footwork to get out of bad positions when maybe you get a hospital pass or he'd be crowded by 3 or 4 Evertonians. He would do really well to get out of it and make it look so easy at the same time. He is such a joy to watch. Just his play style and the way he makes football seem so effortless. Amazing, sulky player. Martin Odegaard, I'm giving him a 7 out of 10. I think you can see everyone's kind of giving 7 out of 10s, but I think it was that type of performance. No one was really outstanding, but I think everyone really played to a high enough level to be getting a good score like 7 out of 10. Next, star boy Bukayo Saka. It was quite difficult for him at times, but I thought that when he did have the ball, he looked promising. He fought for loose balls, he won 50-50s, and when he had the ball, he would dribble and he'd really give Everton a hard time. I remember they had to start tripling them up, doubling them up. It was really difficult for them, and of course he got the assist for the winning goal. I'm very happy with Saka. Saka looked very solid there. I do think Saka needs to get some rest. Don't know when he'll get that, but very happy with Bukayo Saka. I think 7 out of 10 is fair for him. Next is Martinelli, and obviously sad to see him go out injured. There's still nothing at the time of recording about his injury. Hopefully it's nothing serious. I don't think it is, but you never know. But otherwise, I'm not going to give him a rating, but I do think when he was playing, he wasn't half bad. He was running Ashley Young quite well. Obviously, he had a beautiful finish that was quite rightly ruled offside from Nketiah, but otherwise, Martinelli did well. Sad to see him go out. I can't give him a rating though. Next, Eddie Nketiah. I've given Eddie a 6 out of 10. I think the problem wasn't that Eddie wasn't doing well. I think Everton just really did well to isolate him and shut him out the game. Made it really difficult for Eddie to get anything meaningful going for him. He did have maybe 1 or 2 chances, but nothing he really could have done at them. Overall, I think I don't think it was Eddie, because even when Jesus came on, Jesus couldn't really do much. I think Everton were just defending that 9 position so well. Dukowski had a really good game, to be fair. So Eddie Nketiah I've given a 6 out of 10. Tomiyasu and Havertz, I'm not going to give them any ratings. I don't think they were on long enough. And Jesus, I'm not going to give any ratings. Although I do want to say with Havertz, I don't know if you guys noticed it as well, but maybe I'm just biased or something. But I did see some fight there, some fire from Havertz, tracking back really hard, trying to win 50-50s. He wasn't amazing, but I thought it was quite interesting, quite promising to see as well. The only guy I'm going to rate that came off the bench is Leandro Trossard, because he came on. When did he come on? He came on halfway through the first half, and he really did well. Mainly in the second half. I think the whole first half he was kind of quiet. He had some good moments at times in the first half, but in the second half he looked so composed. He looked so good. Him and Vieira were really threatening down the left-hand side, and then he had Saka and Odegaard on their right-hand side. It really looked, especially at the beginning of the second half, like Everton were going to cave in. And obviously Trossard had a beautiful finish inside. Was it inside the post? It felt like beautiful with his left foot. Trossard, I'm going to give, it could be higher, but I'm going to give Trossard a 7 out of 10. Again, another solid game from him. Does this make him deserve a start in the Champions League? Well, especially if Martinelli's not fit, I definitely think so. Trossard's a really good player. I do think Trossard's much better on the wide positions. I think he's a little bit lost down the centre. Maybe can play in the centre if he's playing midfield, but he's not a number 9 to me. For me, Trossard should be a left winger or right winger, one of the two. Very versatile like that. But for me, anyway, Trossard, I've given a 7 out of 10. Next is Mikel Arteta, the manager. You guys might not agree with this, but I'm going to go a little low on it. I'm going to give a 7 out of 10 to Arteta. I think, yes, we got a clean sheet away from home. Yes, we did some rotation, which is important in busy schedule. Yes, we went to a place we hadn't won for 6 years and came out with a victory. But I just thought we were lacking cutting edge. We were struggling to break Everton down. And whether it be up to the manager or not, we'll rate strictly the manager, and he is part of that. He made some good substitutions, obviously bringing on Trossard, but other than that, nothing really changed with the substitutions he did make. I think Arteta's had much better games, but also much worse games. I think Arteta did the job. Like a lot of these players, a lot of them are 7 out of 10s because we came in, we did our job. We weren't outstanding, but we didn't do bad at all. We looked solid. 7 out of 10 for Arteta. And that's my player ratings. I would love to know what you guys think of the player ratings. How happy are you guys with the result? How excited are you guys for Wednesday against PSV at home? First Champions League game at home for the better part of a decade. I'm so excited. I'd love to know how you guys rate this game, how you guys think of my player ratings. Probably wrong for most of them. Let me know who is your man of the match. Would love to know, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Cheers.